Hi, Super Dan Anderson here with another skills sparring tip, Throwdown Thursday. Paul Sabrano, my mate from Australia, wrote to me and asked, what are some of your favorite footwork, defensive footworks, so as to make an opponent miss? Well, I'll demonstrate those relatively quickly, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over even more so the more important points, because the footwork itself is probably the least important. So, first things first, I'll go ahead and demonstrate just a couple of very, very simple steps that I use for defense. First one, simple backslide. Somebody's going to be hitting or kicking. They're striking at the target, which I'll go over in a moment. So I remove the target, set back, bang. Another type of action is person's coming in, they're coming in straight line, so I'll go off to an angle here, and they go right past. Now, I can do the same type of thing where I withdraw my lead foot to my rear foot and curve around in this fashion. So we've got step and then a curve step. They go past in this fashion. These are just a couple of the steps. However, what makes the steps work is more important. Now, I hope I don't get in trouble for this, but I hijacked a little video piece from the movie, The Patriot, and let me show it to you, and then let me explain what it means to me in terms of defensive footwork.
What did I tell you fellas about shooting?
Aim small, miss small.
Aim small, miss small.
All right, now, you saw that little movie clip, and that has to do with offensive shooting, bang, aim small, miss small. Let's reverse it. When you look at somebody, it doesn't matter how big they are, they're only hitting with a very, very small portion of the body. If they're punching, look at the size of the fist. Not very big. If they're kicking, even if they're the size of Big John Jackson or Everett Eddie, the Monster Man, who these guys were huge, and they're kicking at you. Well, the foot is not all that big. When I step off, I don't do this great big, whoa, and I'm out of here, or whoa, and I'm jumping out of the way. My steps, small. This way, curve around. I step small. When I look at aim small, miss small, well, what are they aiming with? They're aiming with something that's small, the size of a fist, towards a finite target, which means if they're 6'4", they're not hitting me with the entire 6'4". They're hitting me with something that's maybe several inches across, several inches down, or the same thing with the foot. Now, what are they hitting at? Well, if they're hitting at my stomach, well, look at the size of my stomach. It's not that big. So, if I move something that's not that big to, let's say, a certain distance, okay? My stomach here, so I'm going to move it this much. Well, that was pretty simple. Or, here's my stomach, good. I'm going to move it this much. Bingo. They miss. Their aim is small. I move, so I make them miss small. Which brings me to the second important point, and that is alignment. When I am free fighting, I want to be in a position where I've got minimally 2 guns, left and right hand, preferably 4 guns that I can hit them with, so that when I do my defensive step, let's say I do my angle step, I'm not going to go here, oh, I'm aimed forward while they're whizzing past me. That's not going to work. What I do is I do my angle, but I shift my body, oh, bang, bang. I can hit the person here. Same thing, let's say I do that little curve step. Bang, I'm off to the side, bang, bang. As they're whizzing past me, that's where I'm striking. Now, the last point, and this is so important, and that is what I call fighting out the front door. How many of you, when you evade it, you're here and maybe the person's coming and you back off and bang, that head turns. You flinch. In my mind, that's going out the back door. That is trying to get away. It's almost like the little kid type of thing where the kid is in trouble, and so what do? They cover their, well, I can't see you anymore. That means you're not there. Doesn't work. Didn't work as a kid, it's not going to work as an adult. It's definitely not going to work in a free fight. So, I keep my eyes pointed forward. If I'm here, bang, I'm looking right exactly where I'm shooting. This helps me be set up immediately for a counter strike. So, there you go. Apply those points in your defensive steps, and let's see what happens. I bet they change for the better. Train hard.